Barbara or someone else will look it up. Now we move to the rebuttal phase, and this is an opportunity for each candidate to have 2 minutes to rebut or challenge anything that they've heard up until this point. And we'll continue with the rotating direction. So, Marsha, you're up first. Sorry.
Keep getting this double header. Okay. Earlier, there was mention of the state requiring classes, mandating, insisting that classes be converted to fee classes. That was affecting 11 classes. 11 classes in senior movement, that's it. The rest of the classes, the state is not challenging. We have it in writing. The state has approved the classes in continuing ed, and it's not challenging them. It doesn't have the resources to challenge them, much less come down and challenge them unless the college invites them in, and we may come to that question later. On the question of the budget, I'd like to go back to the issue that Lisa raised. There have been claims that between $10 and $12 million were cut from the budget over the last 2 years. Des has claimed that on his website. Dr. Serban has claimed it in minutes of the board meetings February 25th this year. And Dr. Ariano claimed $12 million in an October 2009 continuing ed update. These claims are not supported by the budget. If you go to the bottom line and you look at the revenues for the year, you will find it has gone up from 2007, 2008, the baseline, $100,800,000. From 2008, 2009, the following year, $104.5 million. That's up. 2009, 2010, Des just said the state was especially hard on us, $102.3 million. Still up from 2007-8.
Time. Thank you.
With reference to the point that Marsha just raised, the reason why the income doesn't show the reductions we've spoken of is that we have more students and we're paid on a per student basis. But we're getting less per student. That's why we have more income, but there's less per student, and that's why we're having trouble getting the budget done. Now, let me take this time to talk about the Center for Sustainability. I have the Academic Senate minutes meetings, minutes of the Academic Senate on that. Marty has referred to it. The answer is the money was always there. Nobody took money away from the Center for Sustainability. The director of the Center of Sustainability, who, by the way, gets a class released, 3 TLUs per semester, a $10,000 stipend, and a half-time assist services which are not available to anybody else, wanted to access the money which is held by the foundation. He was asked, as anybody in that situation would be, for a business plan, a proposal, a budget. He wouldn't come up with one. Eventually, members of the curriculum committee sat down with him to assist him through that. That is now going through the process, and whatever money the curriculum committee approves, he's going to get. The Center for Sustainability was never in any danger. The money was always there. It was just that the director had to do the paperwork. I'm sorry that we have to have accountability. It's that simple. And hopefully I'll have a chance to talk about the parent-child workshops and grim reality there later on.
We're talking about just rebutting, and I'd like to do 2 things. Lisa was chided for not coming to board meetings. The truth is, I don't think a lot of us, Lisa has 3 children at home, I don't think I had time to attend a city council meeting or a board meeting or anything else at that point. But I did turn on the city council when there was something very interesting. I turned on the TV and I'd watch it. You can't do that with City College because they aren't on television. And when you go to the website, you can't find, I almost couldn't find the minutes, I finally did. You can't find them. And I propose that we do have them on television so that if there is something of interest, like parent-child workshops, or like something else, or like sustainability, you will be able to see that portion on your television or stream live, or whatever that is. But I understand that. And then the other thing is, Mr. O'Neill and I have totally different understandings of what happened. I understand that there was a couple that lost $300,000 to the Center for Sustainability, or $200,000 to the Center for Sustainability. Don't keep changing the numbers on me. Whatever, they left some money to the Sustainability Center, and that money was taken from the administration. So, by the administration. So, that is not okay, you know, taken from the general fund. Same thing happened with the $24,000 taken from the general fund to pay a contractor to read op-ed pieces and answer them in our newspaper because these people are running, and to write letters to the editor. Can't their friends write their own letters? I truly don't like paying my taxes and seeing it come out of the general fund for somebody to be writing letters to the editor and to write op-ed pieces.
Well, let's stay on this sustainability. I've got a few notes I'm going to have to refer to them. Marty's mentioned the last 3 times about wind machines. Well, it went through the process. The people that make decisions on whether a class is viable said no. There's no wind farms in Santa Barbara, and there's no jobs for placement for these people. They can go to Longboat, or they can put them on any of these places, but there's no room for wind machines in Santa Barbara. We're a green college. We have been for many years, long before the Center for Sustainability came around. We have grants for Construction Academy. They train underemployed and unemployed for green jobs. We've done lighting controls. We've retrofitted our chillers. We've retrofitted our boilers. We've installed photovoltaic screens over the parking on the West Campus. If you haven't seen it, it's wonderful. That saves us 30% on electricity, 10% in the entire campus. We have an energy management system, which we save $6,500 yearly. We've been awarded the Green Campus Leader Award. This has nothing to do with the Center for Sustainability. This is what the college has been doing. We're committed to green leadership through the academy and through the sustainability of this campus. So I think that should answer the question, are we committed to green? Yes, we're committed to green.
I want to just for a moment to return to the question of that damn clock.
Going was great if you said turn it off.
Well, you know, it never worked. And I taught in the classroom immediately below it. But even when it did work, it would chime on the hour. Well, that's terrific, except classes go to 5 minutes after the hour. So just as I was getting to that point, where to drive the thing home, dong, the whole moment is gone. On a more serious note, it's been suggested in the press that by Mr. Dobbs that continuity is extremely important, and continuity is important. To have a board with longevity is a good thing, but so is change. We need both continuity and change. They're parts of the same coin. We have entered a new era. It is a globalized era with a globalized economy. We may not like what's happening to it. We may not like what that economy is doing to us, but it's a whole new world. And we're going to have, I think, a whole new board that will be thinking in different terms and come up with fresh and energetic ideas.
Rebuttal, right? You know, so I'm an accountant, a bean counter, but the other side of me is I love people. I love collaborating with people. So I'm a people person, bean counter. And remember what I said about transparency and making it easy to get information. So I just can't leave these budget things alone because I want to know where the 9 to 12 million in cuts to state funds were. And if I was sitting on the board of directors and somebody asked me that question, I would very easily be able to pick up one of the budget documents, one of the actual figures of accounting, and show that individual where the answer is. So I've posed this question at a couple of debates, I'm posing it in newspaper interviews, and I just want to answer. Now I can go to the business services manager, I can do that, but there's a catch-22 and Marsha's run into it. She ran and asked him for some information and he said he can't release it if the board hasn't seen it yet. So I'm just asking the board to answer that question for me. Where are the 9 to 12 million in state cuts? You know, if I was elected to the Board of Trustees, I have a knack for being able to explain budgetary and accounting information to non-accountants. You know, so parents, students, faculty, I would provide you, make sure that you're provided information in ways that are understandable. As you're working through your committees and things, that would be something that would be a real high priority for me because you can't make the decisions unless you have the information. Thanks so much.
Now we'll move to your questions. The first question, and incidentally, every question, even if it's directed at someone, we're going to give everyone an opportunity to respond. So the first question is broken into two parts, one for incumbents and one for challenges. For the incumbents, what 3 board accomplishments